A former death row inmate will be walking free in Cleveland today after serving nearly 40 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. 57-year-old Ricky Jackson and two other men were convicted in 1975 of killing a money order collector, but a key witness who was 12 years old at the time now admits that he was lying to police. When he joins his friends on the outside, Jackson will reportedly be the longest-held American prisoner ever to be exonerated.
After almost 30 years on death row, Glenn Ford walked out of a Louisiana prison a free man.
My mind going all kinds of directions, but it feels good.
Ford was charged in the 1983 murder of Shreveport, Louisiana jeweler Isidore Roseman. An all-white jury found him guilty and sentenced him to death. Ford has always maintained his innocence.
I was locked up almost 30 years for something I didn't do.
Those are just a couple of examples. But behind me runs a liturgy of cases where again and again and again, in case after case after case, prisoners who had previously been convicted by a jury beyond a reasonable doubt of having committed some of the most atrocious crimes were ultimately exonerated of those crimes through the use of DNA testing. No matter what side of the debate you come down on, I think that we can all agree that our system is imperfect. That being said, I personally find it very difficult to be for any law that might possibly kill an innocent person. Over 300 exonerations since the death penalty was reinstated in 1976. The death penalty is disproportionately applied to minorities. It sends exactly the wrong message to children, which is, vengeance is okay. You kill one of ours, we kill one of yours. That is akin to gangbanging on a societal level. And lastly, life without parole is a viable alternative. Taken from someone who's done 29 years in prison, forcing someone to sit in a cell and rot for the rest of their lives is way worse than killing them. Common themes that run through all these cases are poverty, racial issues, criminal justice issues like eyewitness misidentification, invalid or improper forensic science, overzealous police and prosecutors, prosecutors trying to, who have political ambitions, trying to solve a case. Inept defense counsel. The list goes on and on. Those are just a few, but there are a lot more.
A shocking number of death row inmates are possibly innocent, and that's according to a new study that was done by researchers that feel very passionately about this particular topic. The name of the study is Rate of False Conviction of Criminal Defendants Who Are Sentenced to Death. And what the researchers found, and there were 4 authors who actually did this research, they reviewed the outcomes of the 7,482 death sentences handed down from 1973 to 2004. Of that group, 117, or 1.6%, were exonerated. So that's a significant amount. 117 people could have been murdered by our country for a crime that they did not commit.
With all of that said, it is very likely that we have killed people who were in fact innocent, who at the time didn't have DNA evidence to exonerate them, or something. In some cases there is no DNA evidence, so that person would be killed and have no way of trying to of being able to exonerate himself. In any event, I would encourage anybody and everybody to get connected, to stay informed and take action. Donate to the Innocence Project. Build relationships with elected representatives. Connect with a local Innocence Network organization. Reach out to the media. When you see a case in the media where someone was wrongfully convicted and possibly freed through the use of DNA evidence, it wouldn't hurt to write that outlet a letter and say, hey, we appreciate you bringing stories like that to the light. Become more knowledgeable about wrongful convictions. Host a local fundraising and educational event and spread the word. Learn about local procedures and help improve them. Work with prisoners and their families in your community and engage allies in addressing wrongful convictions. Anybody wants to know anything more about this, go to www.innocenceproject.org.